Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are here for She-Hulk episode number 8 and everything. So yeah, last time Blonsky retreat episode, because like his inhibitor thing went off, and then his parole officer and Jen had to go down and see what was happening, and then her car got totaled by a fight between Manbull and El Aguila and everything, so she had to stay behind. So yeah, she just got caught up in the middle of their little kind of circle of therapy and counseling and whatnot, and then she got to know them, and they actually turned out to be some pretty interesting kind of people and everything. And then she even got to actually sort through and vent about her own issues and her own kind of struggles that she's been dealing with. So it was a very nice kind of self-contained therapy episode where Jennifer and kind of actually got to explore herself on both of those kind of fronts and everything. And then even the guys in the group, including Wrecker, who'd previously tried to steal her blood with his boys and everything, even came through, and even he kind of did like a bit of self rehabilitation through joining the group and being a part of the group and everything, and even he tried to reconcile and everything. So that was a whole kind of turn of the tables, and like a new leaf and a page and everything turned over. So that was interesting. We met Manbull and El Aguila and Porcupine and Saracen, all interesting and individually peculiar and unique kind of people with their own stuff going on and with their own kind of ways of contributing and everything, both to Jen's problem and also to the actual circle of talking and sorting out your shit and everything. So it was a fun episode. It was a fun episode. So Josh was not who he said he was. Josh spent time, again, I think the opening alone kind of showed off Josh and Jen actually kind of spending time and dating a bit after they met at the wedding and everything, and then eventually that led to them sleeping together for the first time. But then even then, that was just a ploy. I think the entire time he was trying to get close to her, and then finally getting that intimate with her, and then actually kind of stealing her blood as per the kind of group's request and everything. So he was contacted by Hulk King, and then he kind of confirmed the kind of extraction of DNA and everything, and then probably sent it off and everything. So yeah, he's been with the group the entire time, and just like a very very kind of conveniently planted kind of guest at the wedding, and then getting close to Jennifer. And don't know if we do see Josh again, it has to be in connection with the group again or something. So I think, I mean, part of me like doesn't want him to come back after what he's done, but then another part of me is like, maybe, like, I mean, Jennifer actually does deserve to know the truth of what happened, but then that's probably going to break her heart and everything, because then again, it's just like, time after time, she just struggles to actually meet a guy who actually is either into her, or at least isn't into her for nefarious purposes. So I keep meaning to Google exactly how many episodes are meant to be in this series too, because as each episode progresses, because now we're past 6 episodes, which is usually how short these shows tend to be and everything. I just keep forgetting to Google exactly how many episodes are meant to be in the show, because then otherwise I just kind of go into this blindly wondering if this might be the end, if this might be... No one online really seems to be responding to it in the sense that it is the finale, so I'm just kind of going in and being like, okay, well, this might be just yet another episode with more to come. So as much as they have going on, I think it's not nearly as heavy or as kind of like as packed as most of the other shows have been, and intentionally so. So because of that, there's a chance they actually may be able to do more with this and make it less like a compressed kind of movie and more like an actual kind of somewhat more kind of feature length kind of series and everything. So, but with that in mind, I think again we have yet to meet the man in the mask himself, the man in red. The devil of Hell's Kitchen, now probably in Los Angeles and everything. So I think so far, I think that was pretty much all they really kind of covered, again, self-contained stuff. So yeah, so that is pretty much all I can remember from the last one. So on to episode number 8 of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Let's go.
I'm not gonna be a superhero.
What else you gonna do as a Hulk?
Twerk, yeah. Twerking and, yeah, drinking and mounting and carrying and, yeah.
Is this OLED or QLED? My online research tells me OLED better for color resolution and picture.
It's still on TV.
I actually read the option.
What? What is this? No, that's not Daredevil. Leapfrog? Oh, Leapfrog. I've heard of Leapfrog. Oh, Christ on a cracker. Fucking Leapfrog.
I think it's his name.
We get a Leapfrog before Daredevil? Are you serious?
Twisting Trojan!
Although I was okay.
Okay.
I could tell that they were afraid of me. So, in order to de-escalate the situation,
This reminds me of Kick-Ass. This genuinely reminds me of Kick-Ass. Ribbit and Ribbit. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a pretty hardcore.
inflammable suit.
Yeah. Oh, it's a boots on fire.
Is on fire.
Oh,
And
jeez.
you guessed it, I have third-degree burns all over my
Oh,
legs.
gosh.
Luke Jacobson. He specializes in super suits.
Luke
Oh,
Jacobson,
shit.
yeah.
Jacobson is
Oh,
the only
shit.
tailor I can go to because of my unique physique.
You can't sue him.
Because I like my nice clothes and I don't want to piss him off.
That's a, you know,
Handled
conflict of
client had
interest,
to
yeah.
sign a conflict waiver before.
Also, he's making me a dress for the gala.
Gala? There's a gala. Ooh.
Ribbit and rip it.
Yes, ribbit and
Ribbit and
indeed.
rip it. Gosh. Oh. That's an actual catchphrase for him too. Ribbit and rip it.
You want to look good for your lawyer award, right?
Ah, that's what the
Yes.
gala's
Well,
for. The
Luke,
female
I am
lawyer
here,
award, yeah.
I do not make suits that malfunction. My work speaks for itself. Oh, excuse me. What did you say?
The dress talks to you.
She-Hulk will never get another suit by Luke.
Luke,
Jacobson
come on.
ever
Don't be like
again?
that.
Oh!
Oh!
Prepaid for that!
Then you shouldn't have betrayed me, you greasy old buffalo. You are blocked, blacklisted, and reported.
That's a bit rash.
Take you down.
Well, I hope it's not down to wherever it is you get your ugly clothes from.
See you in court.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Goodbye,
Uh.
tragedy.
That's a bit rash. Come on now.
Of course, I'm not representing myself, Your Honor. I'm not a fool.
Then where is your counsel?
Who's... Don't tell me it's Mallory. Matty!
I'm here.
No way, Matt Murdock is representing
I had
him?
trouble finding parking. I'm just kidding. My driver got lost.
Matty, my boy! Oh, my baby boy! Matthew, that okay? That's a person he's represent.
Who's this asshole? Your Honor, I believe this information to be incredibly
Oh, I've
relevant
been
given the
gifted. I
nature
have
of the
been fucking
complaint.
gifted.
There could be multiple instances of Mr. Jacobson's other clients sustaining injuries from faulty merchandise. There is no inherent right to privacy when employing Mr. Jacobson's tailoring services.
But we're not just talking about a product here. The very nature of Mr. Jacobson's line of work, making suits exclusively for superheroes, necessitates anonymity. And
Yeah, you would know that, wouldn't you?
Accords have been repealed.
Ah, the Accords, yeah. Yeah, the Accords, yeah. Gosh, my heart is pounding. My heart is actually fucking pounding.
Does that mean I don't get a new suit?
Sit down.
How are you standing on a third-degree burned leg?
How am I supposed to wear this?
Mr. Patilio, what kind of fuel did you use in your boosters?
Jet fuel.
Oh, he uses his own fuel?
You used jet fuel in your
Jet
boosters?
fuel in
Because
leg
that's not what
boosters?
my instructions said.
What?
You didn't even follow the instructions, you.
No, I didn't.
He's lying. Don't answer.
The heartbeat.
Yes,
he
we
can
can all
sense
tell
heartbeat.
he's lying, Mr. Murray. If the plaintiff ignored the manufacturer's explicit instructions, then the defendant is absolved of all liability.
Is there any way that we could go back to you being my tailor?
Jenny,
No.
Jen. No, because I hate you now.
Patillo, you fucking jet fuel and rocket boosters and leg boosters.
I'm that guy over there.
Oh, Matt's buying her a drink. Ah, he's buying her a drink.
Martini?
Of course he
Here.
is. You fucking
Mind if I
flirt. God, an episode with Matt and Jen. This is gonna be hot. This is gonna be hot, hot, hot.
I hate it when people take the high road. So, what's your story?
God, he
about
looks so
Murdoch? You're
good.
From New
Ugh.
York, but you flew all the way out here for a product liability case.
Well, you know the expression, one for them, one for us.
Yeah.
Well, I run my practice in Hell's Kitchen. And we mostly do pro bono work.
Yes, canonize
Awesome
Netflix.
work.
Canonize the Netflix series. Yeah.
But I do on occasion take a job with a bigger client when the bills start piling up. Jen Walters can use the law to help people when society fails them. And She-Hulk can help people when the law fails them.
Be the best of both worlds.
Hmm. Damn.
We're all feeling this, right? It's not just me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck off, Todd. No one likes you. No one wants you.
Gross tech bro with the She-Hulk fetish.
Block him. Ghost him. You can ghost him
Something has just come up with work.
Oh yeah,
at work.
totally. I got
At work or work. This isn't a great representation of a mask, but you know. Oh, at work. That would have been better. Horns would have been better. At work, yeah.
They had an authentic Wakandan war spear.
A Wakandan war spear?
So I, of course, win the auction. A million.
A million.
$1 million. $5.
I got that.
Yeah.
Would you get to the
you gotta
point?
see it, right? Boom. How cool is that? I mean,
Do you
I
have to be in the
own
picture
that
too?
now. God, no one is collecting African shit on my level. I love it. I love Wakanda. You know, I actually studied abroad there.
Really?
They let you into Wakanda?
Forever.
Oh,
gosh.
that makes me uncomfortable.
What a terrible day to have eyes. And it is.
They want it back because apparently it was stolen by colonizers, but whatever. I mean, I got the receipts.
I mean, that would make sense. If you got an auction like that, it would only be there if it was stolen by colonizers.
I'm on my way to the lily pad.
Lily pad? He has a... Don't tell me he has a lair. Don't tell me he has a lair.
Secret lair?
This fucker has a lair. He can afford a lair. Well, he has rich parents, obviously. He can afford a lair. The fucking lily pad. God. And he's being attacked by who? New suit. A new suit, yes. Okay, he may have dumped you. He may have, let you go, but you can still wear your badass suit. Who's on the car? Oh, it's him. It's Daredevil. Oh, it's Matt. Oh. Baby boy.
You need to back off.
And waste this outfit? Eugene!
She-Hulk versus Daredevil.
You're making a mistake.
Oh, gosh. Ugh.
My ass remains on work.
Yeah, let's face it.
Oh, yes. Give me She-Hulk versus Daredevil. Give me this. Superhero landings.
Where are you going? We're not done.
You're very persistent, aren't you?
Oh. God, the suit looks good too. The actual yellow and red. It looks so good. Damn, and even her suit looks good too. Oh. Oof. Would that overwhelm him? The sound? Oh, that would overwhelm him, right?
Matt?
Yeah.
I have a spatial method that I use to see.
Sonar.
Oh, like...
Echolocation, not even sonar, echolocation, yeah.
I basically have really good hearing.
Oh, Roger's the musical in the background, yeah.
Wait,
huh.
why were you attacking my client?
Leapfrog is the bad guy here. He kidnapped Luke Jacobson. He's holding him hostage.
What?
Why didn't you
Leapfrog.
tell me that before we fought?
Why didn't you ask me before immediately trying
I'm sorry that I assumed the guy dressed as the devil was the bad one.
Well, he's a devil that punishes the
Are
sinners,
you
so
like a superhero?
yeah.
Like the gold devil?
The theme! The theme! Oh god, this episode is everything.
Just very daring.
This episode is everything.
How about I tell Luke you said that?
No, please don't.
Okay. Well, if you're done making fun.
Yeah, he even has a neon sign for the fucking lily pad. Really? I mean, you could probably pass it off as like a club of some kind.
There are 25 goons in the building. 7 below us, 8 in the front, and 10 in the hallway.
How do you know that?
God, he's good. He's so good.
You can hear their heartbeats? Come on, that's a little far-fetched.
He did it in court, Jen.
You can hear yours too. Your heart's beating pretty fast.
Oh, Jen. Jen. Oh.
What? No, I'm healthy.
Oh, Jen, I get it. Oh, they're so good. They are so good together.
Stealth's the way to go, okay? Trust me, I've done this a million times. Just remind me again how many times you've broken into a warehouse full of goons.
Remind me again who has the superpowers here?
I mean, you both technically have abilities, Yeah.
Let me do my thing.
Yeah, and I will do my thing.
You don't have a thing. You don't ever do this. Just follow my lead.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's obviously undeniable. Jen, we can see it. Yeah. Oh, yes, Billy Club. Can he ricochet off the walls too? I missed that shot, but I'm hoping he can ricochet off the walls. Oh, okay. Can we get a hallway scene? Oh, it's in a hallway. It is in a hallway. One shot this. Please, one shot this. It's not a one shot, but it's a hallway scene. I'll fucking take anything. I'll take anything at this point. Yeah. It's not a one shot, but it is a hallway scene. Ugh. God, this man. Ugh. Is this gonna be a one shot? Oh, okay, well, Jen, okay.
She-Hulk smash.
Yeah. Well, hey, teamwork. Teamwork, yeah. Does he have a Leapfrog signal? This dude just, yeah, I mean, money pays for a lot of superhero shit. Tony Stark proved that.
Stopping you from getting into even more trouble.
They should redeem her in Jacob's eye, in Luke's eyes, right?
I'm already very stressed out.
Surely they should redeem her.
Eugene?
So the devil ninja guy, he's a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of legal dramas.
This guy's really kind of doing it for me.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah. Oh. Oh gosh. Did you forget you don't have your boosters yet?
You're forgiven.
Oh, there we go.
You'll make my gala dress?
Yes, of course. I'm not a monster.
You did drop her at the first sight of trouble, but.
No, you were the one who helped me.
No, I was the lead superhero.
You were the guy who wanted to spend half an hour picking off each goon one by one.
And you were the woman who caused excessive property damage.
When do you head to New York?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Hey,
Well.
next time I'm in town, I can take you out to dinner.
Yeah, or maybe we could skip all of that and just...
Oh, there we go. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, this is a man I can approve her sleeping with. Yeah, this is, yeah. This is good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is good. This is good. God, you know nothing bad will come from this. Nothing bad will come from this. Oh, is he doing like a walk of shame? He was fucking barefoot on the street doing a walk of shame?
There's some guy outside dressed in a devil costume, and he's doing the walk of shame because he's... What? Oh, you did with the...
With the devil guy,
all
with the
right,
super
we're
hot
happy.
devil guy.
we're
Oh, we're very happy. We're ecstatic. We are ecstatic.
Wait, we're doing the gala? That doesn't feel right. Is next episode the finale?
Come on.
Is it?
Oh, just like a tacked on set piece near the end of the season?
Oh, yeah.
This is the big twist, isn't it? Ooh, there's another Hulk, but this one's red or
Oh,
like
Red
under the
Hulk.
fridge.
Red Hulk.
We gotta make it look amazing.
Ah, the Wolverine Nikki, apparently. Wolverine Nikki, yeah, but with makeup claws, yeah. You just know that night was amazing. That night between the two of them was just...
You can't cover up a Luke Jacobson Zoo Hair Mirage collaboration.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's find our table. Yeah.
Why is he here? Oh, wait, he's associated with the fucking firm.
Jennifer She-Hulk Walters.
Jennifer She-Hulk is fucking like a middle name. Jennifer She-Hulk Walters.
Hunter. Alice Chen. Joanne Torres.
What?
Barbara Wells. Mallory
There's
Book.
Mallory Book? Wait, there's multiple?
Twice the work, half the recognition, and you're constantly being asked what it's like being a
I was about to say,
female.
this feels like the company itself kind of virtue signaling. Yeah.
I'd actually like to take this time to thank my parents and my friends.
Do you want to see who She-Hulk really is?
What?
Oh, my identity is not a secret.
This is the truth, presented by Intelligencia.
What?
She-Hulk
Intelligencia?
does not deserve your attention. She does not deserve your praise. She does not deserve the power she
Oh,
stole from
no.
others.
Oh, because he cloned her phone.
Be a superhero.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's...
What the fuck is this? Wait, did he record it? That has to be Josh, right?
Don't do it, Jen.
Only Josh would record it. It has to be Josh. Oh. Oh, fuck me. Okay. God. Is that Todd? Oh, no. Oh, God, is this the DODC? DODC? Run! Why don't you run after the guy who's doing all this shit? What the actual fuck? Wakanda? Oh, Todd. Fucking Todd bidding on Wakanda. And Leapfrog was there too. Leapfrog bidded. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, doing the walk of shame. Yeah. That's a man who knows what he's doing. That is a man who knows what he's doing. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is a hot episode. This was a very hot episode. Just fire emojis and hearts on fire and everything. Hearts and fire are the emojis I would use to describe this episode. Very, very apt. Very apt. Wow. Yeah. 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 Just, thank you to Tatiana Maslany. Thank you to Charlie Cox, and of course a big thank you to the writers and everyone involved in making this episode what it was, making this episode possible, making this. I need to go and check out some actual, not just the actual kind of solo kind of comics centered around She-Hulk, but now I need to see any actual team-up kind of comics and team-up volumes there are where She-Hulk and Daredevil actually do team up and shit goes down. So yeah, God, I love this. And I think delivered on so many fronts, and it just felt so good to watch it. I want to see more of this. I want to see more of Daredevil and She-Hulk, more of Matt and Jen, and just God, they're just so good together, and they're both so hot. Just I don't know if I can really get over that. They're both very so incredibly hot, and this episode kind of showcased it. This episode very, very clearly showcased it. So, gonna have to analyze some feelings once I finish recording this video. So damn, maybe then the question might be like how much they might preserve him, like how much of him they might preserve for like his actual show, like how much of like a thing he might get for this, like if it's just a cameo, or if it is actually him coming in, getting to know Jen on multiple different kind of fronts and levels, and actually getting along with her, and them two just get on like a house on fire and everything, and then getting it on like a house on fire. I'd say it was actually a tiny bit more surprising, because then bringing him in, like again, he is also like a very skilled lawyer. He's actually very good at his job, and he can cover a lot of cases, and he can cover a lot of ground. And so yeah, but I think seeing him in that one kind of was a bit more surprising. But I think that one felt a lot more like fan service. But then of course I think that one still blended into the story greatly, and it's still kind of it's still delivered greatly. But then this one, seeing him actually walk through as Matt, because then I don't think I really didn't know for sure are they actually going to cover him in this, because then again it would work greatly. It would work just fine. He could still be a lawyer, and everything. And my God, did they cover the lawyer stuff greatly too? Like him versus Jen, Matt versus Jen. Just wow. Yeah, I think that kind of back and forth of them alone, I think as lawyers and as characters too, because again, I think this isn't meant to be like that deep or that hardcore of an actual kind of law or like legal drama kind of story, but I think they still made it work for what it was, and as kind of simple as it was, because I think it was also like they couldn't bring in witnesses because of the kind of legality, and then the anonymity kind of stuff involved and everything too. So I think because of that, I think it felt like a really kind of actual short run kind of case too. It didn't really kind of feel like it actually kind of got like solved like pretty much just like that. I think again, it could be like a testament to Matt's kind of abilities as a lawyer too. Like he can just kind of like he's just that good at actually defending his client too, and everything. So you can actually get on their side. You can use the facts. You can use like updated kind of statistics and update kind of law kind of info and everything. So he's just that good. I think just seeing that too. So I think they both looked so extremely fine. Yeah, this I feel like this. I mean, the reaction I feel like was actually enough and everything, but I feel like this review is just gonna be sprinkled with just Jen and Matt, just me appreciating both of them. So yeah. Yeah, no, the fight scene, the fight scene was cool too. I think maybe it took me like a little long. I mean, I don't know if it was obvious that the Daredevil was the one actually attacking Leapfrog and everything, but then I think seeing like a dark silhouette kind of figure on the car initially, and then afterwards like coming into the light, actually seeing like a kind of brighter colors and other kind of tones actually coming into play and everything. And then of course I think it being in like car park too, because I think in the trailer it was in like an actual car park that he showed up and everything, and then of course he comes flipping out of the air and onto the ground and stuff, and then that's when you realize. So then so then that is an actual fight scene. I think I think many people theorized, and I think it was kind of easy to theorize too, that that scene would just be like a simple interaction or introduction between them. But no, that is like a full-on fledged kind of actual verbal. I don't know, maybe if it was fully fledged, but then it was still like an actual kind of tussle between them two and everything. Hey, all the hottest couples and like all the hottest superhero couples, you know, or at least like most of them actually do end up initially kind of like fighting first and then meeting and understanding each other and all that kind of stuff. So it only makes sense that they'd first fight and then they'd fuck. So you know, going from fighting to fucking, that is that is how chemistry kind of forms and everything. So one detail I did actually really like too was his hearing, because then again I think especially because then she only used one, but I think it was still kind of really, it was still kind of somewhat kind of powerful too. So yeah, I think if she kept on doing it, that would have actually overwhelmed him even more. But then I think as soon as she did that to him, I didn't then kind of wonder like, wait, his hearing is actually however many times kind of more powerful and more sensitive and more amplified. Would he be completely debilitated by it? Would he just be kind of staggered by it a little bit? Because then I think he was very visibly also like he was actually kind of groaning and holding his head and everything. So that seemed accurate. So I was kind of wondering like how damaging that might be. And that he had that kind of line later on, being like, I can hear kind of better than most people can. But I mean, well, I used to be able to until you kind of thunderclapped my eardrums out and everything. So, and I mean, he does seem, I think, a lot more kind of humorful as well, like humorous. I guess humorous. I think he does. I think on the one hand, I think complainers are probably gonna say, oh, it's because he's in the MC, and now the MC's always been more kind of jokey and more kind of lighthearted, and they can't go 2 seconds without cracking a joke or something. But I think with this one, like it genuinely feels a lot more like Charlie Cox actually playing him with a lot more charm. I think even Charlie Cox's kind of natural charm coming through, but then him using that to play Matt off as a bit more charming. And not to say he was never charming in the original series. I think the other day I actually did watch like a video. I think it was called like reasons to love Matt Murdock, or all the reasons, like just something to do with like Matt and his more kind of human, more kind of grounded, more humorous kind of moments in the show. And I think that one just kind of paints him as being funny and charming and actually being like an actual lovable kind of guy. For me, the humor in the MCU has never been like an overt kind of issue. I've never taken it to issue as much as most have or anything. I've always kind of like, I think most of the time I've enjoyed it, and I think I've appreciated everything. And I think even then, I think if it kind of does bother me, then I just really don't kind of look into it. I don't really kind of keep going back to it just to hate on it. I don't really kind of, think too far ahead on it. I just kind of enjoy the next thing to come. But with this one, I think I genuinely loved it. Like again, like the way he got on with Tatiana as Jen, and the way that Matt and Jen actually got on, like actually kind of like their back and forth, their chemistry was just on fire. On the one hand, in like a very, very kind of, you cut that sexual tension with a fucking knife kind of way, but then also like in a way like they're actually kind of both two kind of slightly superhuman people who are lawyers, who get along and who understand the job on both fronts too. Like again, superhero. I think she needs a superhero lawyer. She didn't need Todd. She didn't need like some cliche doctor. She didn't need she definitely didn't need Josh. She didn't need that backstabbing little prick. She needed Matt Murdock, a sexy, fun, hilarious, a superhero lawyer. Like this is someone just like her. She needs someone just like her. So you can't say that they're actually ignoring the stuff from the Netflix series, because then he actually did like they didn't mention the firm he has. I think he didn't mention it by name, of course, but then he actually did mention the firm he has, like Nelson Murdoch and everything, and of course I think and Paige, as they kind of highlighted at the end of season 3 and everything. So they did cover that, and I think he didn't mention and talk about stuff he's covered from the actual Netflix series as well. So then through that they have essentially and effectively, in my eyes anyway, they've canonized the actual Netflix series and kept that in motion, and actually kept that in momentum, and actually keeping that history in check and everything. So like that series is known to be and understood to be a lot more darker and a lot more mature and a lot more kind of heavier than most kind of Marvel kind of products to come out to. So with that in mind, I think maybe it's kind of understandable to think that maybe like Matt could have gotten therapy, or maybe he actually could have actually found a way to kind of actually move on, or like not move on, but maybe move on, but then also kind of actually a way to process that to make sure that darkness doesn't hang off of him forever. And he actually got to be Daredevil again too. He got the suit back, and we have a series on the way. We have an 18 episode series on the way with him and Vincent coming back to reprise their roles, and it's gonna be glorious. So yeah, thank you to She-Hulk for actually for not only giving us this back, but also pairing these two gorgeous people together. So thank you. Yeah, it just it's amazing. So in his own series, I think he had Elektra and he had Punisher, and then I think I think Defenders might be the closest because I think the Defenders and him and Jessica were a great pairing to him and Jessica. I think maybe not specifically in this way, but then him and Jessica were sisters who got along greatly, and him and Danny had had things. So I think his team up with the Defenders might be the closest we've come, because then he had to actually kind of get along with other people who were super as well, and he actually had to work as a team and had to kind of be a superhero along with these other guys and everything. So that might be the closest, because I think maybe then that too, because then that too might have actually had some impact too, because then he actually had, because he now has actual experience actually dealing with the superheroes and dealing with the people and connecting with other heroes too. He actually might have like an easier time kind of being the kind of guy who's approachable and lovable and easy to communicate with and easy to understand and everything, and just easy to fucking fall in love with as well. And it helps that he's hot, and it helps that it kind of does help that he's hot too, as Jennifer so swiftly found out. So yeah. And of course, in classic, it took me. I can't lie, it took me a few seconds. It took me a few seconds to realize it and notice it. But in classic, beautiful, gorgeous Daredevil fashion, we had a hallway scene. We had a hallway fight scene. It wasn't a one shot. I think that would have been the character if actually. And I think I believe they could have done it, but then I don't know. Maybe like if the MCU itself isn't fully used to doing like one shots in that style, because again, easily one of the best things about that show, the hallway fight scenes and the fact that they're always also one shots and everything. So yeah, also somewhat vividly remembering like just how long the one shot in season 3, that prison fight scene was, just that was a long one. That was a long one, probably even the longest one they did. I think, because I think that one did actually go on for a while too. So yeah, but with this one, as soon as I feel like as soon as you entered the hallway, you could actually just hear the sounds drop, like, oh shit, he's about to do it. He's about to fucking do it and everything. But then yeah, I think then the cuts do come in. I mean, it would have been it might be cool if he actually just actually kicked the guy through the door and everything, as per the kind of usual fashion in the actual series and everything. But in this one, he just slowly opens the door, and then somehow a few seconds later, the guy comes flying through, and then he comes through and stuff. So yeah, and then he just used the billy club and does this stuff, and it's just so cool and everything. So we got a hallway scene with Daredevil. Then like a new group of guys came in, and I thought, okay, oh, maybe this might be the one shot, but then no, Jen comes crashing through and is like, yeah, She-Hulk smash time. So teamwork, that's teamwork, and I will love and appreciate that all the live long day. Also very, very, very lovely use of the music too. I think I don't know if I've actually mentioned this already, but I think the music, I think when she asked him like, are you some kind of gold devil or like what, and he's like, no, I'm Daredevil. And you can just hear the music, like the actual beats and everything, like dun 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 dun, and just everything just, didn't run for too long, but I think it was enough to actually bring that back. And so I think, again, them using the actual theme from the Netflix series too, how much more canon do you want? How much more references do you want? That was just also the a beautiful inclusion of the music and everything. So that was great. I think also I think that him to like him being like, I'm Daredevil. Isn't it Danny who works in Manhattan, or I think in Avengers New York or something? I think he works there. I can't remember where Jessica works. I think Luke works in Harlem. I think the Big Apple. I think that's what they call it. I think the Big Apple. So I'm pretty sure that kind of main city kind of area is where Danny works, like where Rand Enterprises or Industries or whatever it was. And I think I can't fully remember where Jessica worked. Of course, I think Spider-Man would fit in great with the Defenders too. I think he's been to space on urgency and on occasion, and he's fought with the Avengers on matter of urgency. But then he would fit in great with the Defenders. But alas, it never happened. So yeah, but then even then, I think in New York, I think not everyone would really kind of fully know about Matt or the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. I think even then, I think to people outside of Hell's Kitchen, it might even just be a rumor, because then he very rarely actually kind of leaves his domain, his area of New York and everything. So I think to people outside of New York, it might just come up as like a myth or like an urban legend. But then if you're in Hell's Kitchen and you do some fucked up shit, the devil's gonna come after you. So yeah, but then him just be like, I'm Daredevil. Like, how do you not know about me and everything? But then like that's him going to a whole other state and everything, just like not knowing who he is and everything. So yeah, and also I think so Daredevil may not have reached LA, but you know what has? Rogers the fucking musical. Rogers, there was I caught it like just for like a few seconds. I think it was blurry as hell, but I think there was like a banner behind them in the background for Rogers the musical. So Rogers the musical has actually spread across the US in that fashion. It has actually going to become popular enough to actually going to move states and stuff too. So I think that was in New York, because then Hawkeye was set in New York and everything. So yeah, that's come from New York all the way out to LA. So now Californians are able to appreciate the musical kind of extravagance that is Rogers the Musical. So even they can kind of actually talk about it. So because then I think again, like, all the stuff only ever really happened in New York. So then people kind of outside of New York, I think stuff very rarely goes down outside of New York too. I think even in America, stuff like really kind of quite rarely kind of actually happens outside of New York and everything. So I feel like this sort of like even outside of the news and then probably the internet stuff too, this might be the only other way for people to actually kind of like have even some semblance of an understanding of the Battle of New York and the Avengers and all that kind of stuff. And it might be digging a bit too deep, but could it possibly lead to like West Coast Avengers? I think, because I think that is a team. I think even in the comics, I think that there are actually kind of like in different sectors around America as well. Like I think there are actually different kind of like actual lineups of heroes actually making up the Avengers, because there's a West Coast Avengers, and I think there's other outposts in other cities and other states where like a team of superheroes have actually kind of been brought together to be that kind of that part of America's kind of Avengers and everything. So they are like a pretty widespread team in the comics and stuff. So it would be kind of interesting, I think, if like Rogers the Musical showing up in California is what inspires, I think, because is California on the West Coast? You know what? I think there's a chance it could be. There's a chance it could be. Is California safe? Oh. It's in the way. Is it located along the Pacific coast? I think that's the West Coast, right? That means West Coast. Yes, California is a part. It is a part of the West Coast. So yeah, if the story of the Avengers through the Rogers the Musical ends up reaching the West Coast, and that kind of leads to the formation of the West Coast Avengers, that I feel like that would be plausible. I feel like that might be plausible, because then I think She-Hulk could be there too, because then I think she's not in New York, so then She-Hulk could actually be a part of the lineup of the West Coast Avengers maybe. So I don't know. I feel like it could happen. Maybe it could be like a little hint or like a teaser. I think could be a hint. Could also just be like a funny little gimmick they've added. Like, oh hey, did you watch Hawkeye? Do you remember this? Do you remember the musical and everything? So I don't know. Could go either way. But yeah, that also happened. So Jennifer Walters and Matthew Murdock, the new hot superhero fling on the streets. And I don't know I mean, if Marvel are going to make them a couple, I personally would like to see it. But the actual tension between them, the chemistry between them, like how easily they can get along with each other. And I think especially this one, they didn't even date. They literally just got along together. They worked together. They just had the hots for each other, and then they just hooked the fuck up. And I respect that. I respect that more than anything else. I think, you know what? I think after everything, I think she needs a flame more than anything else. I think after anything, I think dating has just been nothing but like a nightmare for her, as proven by Josh and his bullshittery. So I feel like as of right now, dating just really isn't for her. So she just needs a fling, and she needs a fling with another superhero. She needed a fling with another superhero. So you know that ending too of Matt actually doing the walk of shame. I mean, you know what? I mean, well, they called it walk of shame, but there was nothing. I think to me there was nothing shameful. To me there was nothing shameful, like inherently shameful or even visibly shameful about this. Yeah, I think I don't know why he was walking barefoot on the fucking pavement, because that's just asking for fucking rock blisters or whatever. But yeah, I think him in broad daylight in the Devil suit, that's gonna come up on the news. Like Daredevil does the walk of shame in LA or something. Like, oh, the Devil of Hell's Kitchen is now in California or something, and he was spotted doing the walk of shame. The only thing they're high on in this is horniness and heroism. That's pretty much it. They're running high off of horniness and kind of shared heroism. So that is it. They were both kind of fully sober and very fine consenting adults. So you know that reminds me. There was a Twitter post a long time ago. I think a long time ago. It's kind of a meme at this point too. But it's like so like one person said like Matt Murdock. He seems like the kind of guy to cry before, during, and after sex. And then another person responded like, hey, Matt Murdock may cry before sex. He might even cry after sex, maybe. But he never cries during sex, because during sex, he has a fucking job to do. So yeah, I think the Sokovia Accords thing, Yeah, so that's been repealed. I think Matt actually did say that's actually been repealed. I think nice of them to use him to reveal that too, that the Sokovia Accords had been repealed. And I think I can't actually remember how long they were in effect for, because I think they were kind of slightly more kind of explored in Agents of Shield, like through Slingshot as well, through Slingshot. I think even in that show, I can't remember. I don't know if they've actually pulled out in Agents of Shield, because I mean they are now back in the present day, but then even then I think there's been no official. From what I remember, there's been no official talk on whether or not the Accords are still in place, or if there's any kind of actual like legality kind of binding it together, or actually any kind of lasting legality on enhanced people. But now in the present day, here and now in She-Hulk, the Sokovia Accords is no longer in effect. So now an anonymity and independence towards enhanced peoples has been restored, and superheroes are now free to operate as they so please. And I don't know if that kind of feels ironic then, because I think Peter never actually signed with the Accords. He just signed up to fight with Iron Man. I think that's the thing. I think Tony never actually fully explained or even actually actually told him about the Accords or what the actual fight was. He needed more people. He just needed like an actual kind of like a fleshed out team to the actual numbers to actually fight Team Cap. He just needed the numbers to fight Team Cap. So I'm pretty sure he never actually told. Maybe he thought like a Peter wouldn't understand, or maybe like Peter like would actually disagree with him or something. Because I've seen kind of people talking about how like if Peter actually knew what the Accords were and how they worked, and he actually knew about the Accords, then he probably would have ended up siding with Team Cap and everything. But then that would have been the ultimate betrayal too. Like if in the middle of the battle, I think Cap actually takes the time to explain what the Accords are and everything, and then Tony takes his time to do it too, and then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna switch over to Team Cap now because it makes more sense, and none of the government just consistently gets shit wrong all the time. And with the way that this court case went too, I was kind of surprised. Like, wait, so is there no objection to vigilantism? But then it's like, again, the Avengers have been around for years and they've been doing stuff, but then they were still government sanctioned too. I think to be fair, the Avengers were initially government sanctioned by Shield to be brought together as like an actual task force as well. But then it's easy for the world to kind of glorify and romanticize them more as superheroes. Leapfrog doesn't have any powers; he just has like a suit and everything, and just like kind of flips and stuff that he does, but then, and even then those are half-assed. But then, yeah, it's the thing. I think it would kind of be it would kind of be funnier, and probably even make more sense if it's like, you know what, like, if the government's just like, you know what, you could be a vigilante, but then you are solely responsible for your own health and safety and your own risk assessment and all that kind of stuff. Like I think it's probably easier for them to actually kind of let people be superheroes, especially people with that powers too, to let them be superheroes, fully understanding like their own risk of actually doing so, instead of actually hunting down every vigilante instead of actually hunting down every person who tries to be a vigilante. So then it did nothing good for the world, and it still split the Avengers apart, and then they were scattered for Infinity War and shit, and stuff went shit as well. So I don't really remember them actually fully exploring exactly like how like what the actual public perception of the Accords was, like if people actually wanted it to happen, if the public actually wanted it to happen, because then it was still like a fully kind of government sanctioned, like a UN sanctioned and mandated thing. Like I think there was no like there was no kind of actual kind of footage or views of how the public responded to that. Like if the public actually wanted heroes to be more in line by the government, or if maybe they thought maybe some people thought that, because then Ross did have that one line of like, while a great many people see you as heroes, there are some who prefer to use the word vigilante. But then vigilante is still, it doesn't inherently mean murderer or evil or villain. It literally just means someone who operates outside of the law, but then still takes the law into their own hands and tries to fight crime as like a normal civilian. Like they have no policing, like they're not like officially licensed kind of. In most cases, they don't have it. I think, of course, Matt and Jen actually being lawyers too, they have that kind of on their side. But then, yeah, most people actually don't have any kind of policing degree or law degree or anything kind of granting them kind of qualified access to being judge, jury, and executioner. So that reminds me of I remember reading the Civil War comics before Civil War actually came out and everything in preparation for that. I think in that one, in that one too. I think that one actually explored Tony and Spider-Man's Tony and Peter's team up a little better. Like in that one, Peter actually did work with Tony, and actually he did actually come to an understanding of what the Accords were about. I think in that one, didn't he defect in that one? I'm pretty sure Peter might have defected in that one, but he might have switched teams in that one. But I think in that one he did go to court routinely along with Tony, protesting the the kind of the I think in that one it was the Superhuman Registration Act. In that one he made the argument of of superheroes doing what they do with anonymous identities to protect the ones they love, and then I think the court said like we have lawyers all the time who put their lives on the line um acting against dangerous criminals who have their identities on public kind of call out and everything. So yeah, it did kind of remind me of that. At least thinking about it now. So. And yeah, we had Leapfrog. I forgot that was a character until now. I haven't read any Leapfrog comics, but I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that this is an actual character in the comics. Don't know if he is an actual frog. Maybe if they changed him for this, like I mean that'd be a pretty radical change to make if he actually was a frog in the comics and now they made him human. But no, Leapfrog. So yeah, he's a frog and he fucking leaps. And in this one, he actually has rocket boots too. And everything, so there's that, and then rocket boots, which he fucking misused too. I think Luke had completely different set of instructions for him to follow, and Battalion was it Battalion? But Batilio did none of that. He filled it with freaking jet fuel. So I'm pretty sure even I get the feeling that jet fuel is not what you're meant to use in those kind of rocket boots or anything. So he completely just refused to follow Luke's instructions, and then it backfired, and then he tried to sue him and everything. So. Yeah, just Patilio Jr. is just not the smartest knife in the sharpest knife in the rack, the smartest bulb in the shed, however you want to put it. He's just not a smart guy and everything. But then he's a rich kid who has his rich parents' money and everything, so he can pay his way out of almost anything. So there's that. So yeah, Leapfrog, and then of course to make matters worse, he actually kidnaps Luke to try and forcefully make him like a new suit with all these different things. Like he wanted like a bulletproof shield and like other gizmos and gadgets and other kind of attachments and everything. So he wanted everything, but he probably wouldn't know how to use it very well. So he very much seems like a guy who's unfit and untrained to be a superhero, but he wants it to look cool. And again, I mean, him being like a frog too. He calls himself Guard Frog as well, but then he just can't handle it. Like he does the most pointless flips, and he can't really kind of fight either. So I think he definitely seems like the kind of guy who just has way more money than he needs, and he also doesn't know how to spend it too wisely either. So somehow he found out about Luke, and then he wanted him to make him an actual Leapfrog kind of costume and everything. But yeah, I think he doesn't know how to be a superhero. He's not trained. He's not fit for this kind of job. And I mean, not to say he couldn't train once he actually gains an understanding of what it actually means to be a superhero. But then he definitely does seem like he's doing it more for the aesthetic and to show off that he's got the resources to be a superhero. But then he doesn't have the actual mentality or anything. So. And then there was Intelligencia. There was the Intelligencia stuff too. So that was less than appealing. That was just Josh kind of cloning Jen's phone to his own meant that he had access to everything on her phone, all of her data, all of her messages, her chats, her pictures. It pretty much does just kind of reek of men from Intelligencia who have some kind of just stupidly founded hatred and deterrence towards She-Hulk. Using her own personality, but then even that it's like the stuff that she has is not really incriminating in the slightest. Like she's done nothing wrong. I think that's meant to be the point too. Like it's like they're using perfectly normal stuff that for a normal human being to do. But then in this case, because she's a woman who dares to exist as She-Hulk and dares to exist as herself, they found a reason through that to try and they're using that as a reason to justify the hatred of her. But then they're using her own personal life against her, and they're exposing her and stuff, and then using and even actually saying She-Hulk isn't the woman you think she is. She has all these fantasies and all these kind of she has a sexuality, she has a personality, she has a personal life, she has a love life, she's this, that, and the other. So how dare a woman actually have that and still try and how dare a woman be like that and still want to be validated or still want to be recognized as an actual human being in real life or something. So then it's just pretty much like a smear campaign using stuff that again is also all perfectly normal. Like she's a human being, she has her own life, she has a love life, she has a personal life with her friends and everything. She that was like the man involved actually putting down the phone after hitting record. I think that was him actively recording it. So I'm pretty sure that had to be Josh. I think him deliberately using that to incriminate her. So then him actually, and him non-consensually, mind you, non-consensually recording an actual sex tape of them together and everything, and then using that like to post to Intelligencia. And then I thought the photo might come up, and I was like, oh my god, okay, just the photo's gonna come up, and it's gonna show her kind of being that vulnerable. But then this was just 10 times worse, actually having, you know, pretty much illegally just like filmed both of them having sex without her knowledge or consent to any of it, and then posting that on the big screen. Just it's also something that will very commonly happen in real life too. Whenever a woman is close enough to like a point of recognition and acknowledgement, the people who are against her and the people who have like an axe to grind with her for whatever reason, or even the people who simply want to shame her simply because that's what they take a kick out of, will expose her in some way by posting like by leaking like photos, leaking nudes, and leaking even leaking sex tapes sometimes, and shaming her and smearing her and just like painting like as bad of a picture as they can about her, and actually exposing her in that way too. And more often than not it actually works. More often than not it actually it then drastically changes kind of societies and her own kind of like her own social life and professional life and personal life's kind of image of her too. They taints her image, and people start to see her in a different way, and then, you know, she loses almost everything. So I mean, in this case I feel like they done like a good enough job of actually kind of painting Jen's family and her friends and everything as close enough kind of people that they will support her and they will fully kind of love her and support her no matter what and everything. But then like maybe like GLK and H she might end up getting fired because then she also did kind of lash out too. She hulked out and actually punched the screen down and burst through the wall and actually apprehended a man, tried to apprehend a man too. I was fully ready for her to unmask him, and then for that to be Todd. I was fully ready for that to be Todd or something. So they got away. Like the actual dudes responsible for all this shit going down got away, and chances are, because they haven't been identified yet, they will likely get away with this scot-free too. And then likely the only way this will actually affect her or like affect her in the story is that, again, it will actually kind of be used to paint her in a bad light, and then she'll probably end up losing her job at JLK&H, and then they might cover it as like a controversial topic or something, and then she's gonna lose everything all over again. So yeah, and then of course the DODC shut up at the end too, so she might get taken into custody or something, and then that's gonna paint a bad picture. So it might be two different kinds of threats. Like the science, like whoever the scientists are behind this stuff, they want her blood for nefarious kind of superhero purposes. That for purposes that would probably happen regardless of if she was a woman or not. Like, you know, they want her because she's a superhero, because she has that blood, and because they have a Hulk's blood too. Because then maybe then they specifically actually want a Hulk's blood too. So then they can't go after Abomination and everything, and then Hulk's Bruce is off in space, and then She-Hulk is the closest thing they have, so then they need to get her no matter what they have. But then Intelligencia is an actual internet kind of thing, where it's like a, you know, just assholes on the internet, just, you know, actively making a living, and and also living off of actually harassing. But yeah, I think for now that is pretty much all I got. So I've got to go rewatch some stuff this episode and Daredevil, and think about some stuff, and enjoy some stuff, and yeah. So yeah, but this again, I love this episode to bits, and I wait good things. I'm pretty sure it was it, I think Gusto and Ratatouille, I'm pretty sure he said, you know, good things come to those who wait. So I've been good. I waited, and I was eagerly awaiting the kind of crossover between these two characters in the show. So I waited, and they gave me this, and they gifted me with this. They blessed me with this, so I am nothing if not happy and satisfied right now. So same thing as Matt and Jen were with each other. So yeah, so yeah, this was great. This was genuinely really so great. So yeah, that was She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode number 8. So thank you guys as always so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment on what you thought of the episode and what your thoughts are on Matt's kind of official integration with the MCU and his kind of cooperation and chemistry and everything else with Jen, and also She-Hulk too, and everything, and what you think is coming next, and what you're looking forward to and everything. For those interested, full-length reaction will be available over on Patreon, so you can go check that over there. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So until the next time, bye bye for now. Dum 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 dum